Hey, we are just a week away from the best time of the year. That's right, playoff time is upon us. This is hockey time. As always, all state champs programming right here on the campus of Lawrence Tech. Let's drop the puck. It's hockey time.
CHAMPS Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
And welcome in for another edition of Hockey Time. My name is Sean Belegian, as always, joined by my broadcast partner, John Kidd. Got a little brown going on after going down to the Bahamas.
Yes, it was a fantastic time with my wife, and I'm back for the playoff run. In our Coach's Corner this week, I talked with Dan Cicchino, the head coach at Calumet, and our Alta Equipment Company main event is the big one between Livonia Stevenson and Detroit Catholic Central, and we'll have our National Coney Island Hockey Player of the Year update.
Hey, let's get to those highlights.
Saginaw Heritage ranked 4th in this week's state champs top 25, looking to bounce back from a loss to #1 ranked Livonia Stevenson. The Hawks taking on Flint Powers Catholic in the Saginaw Valley League. I'm Greg Molson, and it's the Chargers wasting no time scoring first. Tim Washburn picks the corner just 15 seconds into the game. Doesn't take long for the Hawks to answer, though. Just 35 seconds later, it's Brady Rapoon setting up Matthew Cole to even it up less than 1 minute in. And it only takes 21 seconds more for Heritage to take the lead. William Schmidt getting the assist to Bradley Hagan to make it 2-1. That was it until the second. Washburn with a great chance for his second of the night, but Jacob Winters makes the stop, knocks away the rebound as well. At the other end, the Hawks add to their lead. Ethan Houck looking to make the pass, and it goes off the defenseman into the net. Just over 2 minutes after that, the Hawks add another on the power play. It's Brady Rapoon with his 34th goal of the season. That's why he's been added to the list for the Michigan High School Hockey Player of the Year contest. Evan Greenwood caps off the scoring for the Hawks in the third with the takeaway and the goal. Saginaw Heritage wins it by the final of 5-2, remaining unbeaten in league play at 18-2 overall.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. 3 goals, 1 for them, 2 for us in the first 2 minutes of the game. It was pretty crazy. Crazy start. We decided to calm down and play our game, and then we were fine.
I'm Zach Herrick from the West Michigan area. Mona Shores and Grand Haven meeting in an OK Conference Fisher Division battle. A defensive first period. Nice hit put on by Grand Haven's Braden Nielsen in open ice early on. And then it's Mona's Nathan Taylor getting in on goal, but Aiden Steele, the sophomore in net, impressive early on with the beautiful save. We'd be scoreless at the end of the first period. And in the second, Taylor back in on goal. He scores, but wait. Goalie interference would be the call. The goal would be waved off, and we're still scoreless. But 6 minutes later, it's the Bucks drawing first blood. Nielsen goes 5-hole for the score, and it's 1-0 Grand Haven at second intermission. In the third, the Sailors still trailing until Caden Molema collects the rebound and scores it on the backhand. We're knotted at 1 with just over 12 minutes left. And 3 minutes later, it's Mona Shores again, peppering the goal. Connor Winiger, the captain, is there to light the lamp, and it's a 2-1 Sailor lead. The Buccaneers would pull the goalie, take a timeout with just over a minute left, but it would not work. Molema finds the empty net for his second of the game to give Mona Shores the 3-1 win, a big one in the Fisher Division.
The Alpena Wildcats ice hockey team hosted their 8th annual Purple game as they were going up against Traverse City West. Early in the first period, Alpena on the power play. Andy Marceau is able to feed it to Blaze Keller, and the junior is able to find the back of the cage. Alpena strikes first, but back come the Titans. Gavin Heisel is able to find the puck in excellent position and sticks it past goalie Colin Lightfoot for the equalizer. Still in the first period, Wildcats get some luck on their side. Tanner Orban just fires a shot and is able to get it past Mason West. Alpena up 2-1 after 1. A few minutes into the second period, Titans threatening near the crease until Murphy Cahoe, the junior, goes top right on Lightfoot. We're all even at 2 apiece. Back and forth we go. Alpena would make it 3-2 as Tanner Orban is able to get it past West once again for his second goal of the game, and that would be the score going into the second intermission. Third period, shall we? Titans looking for the equalizer. Once again, they'll get it thanks to Josh Reese for going top right on Lightfoot. Just over 6 minutes left in regulation. TC West gets their first lead of the game. Aiden Rappin just takes a shot and somehow goes between the goalie's legs. They would convert on the empty netter later in the game. Traverse City West moves up to second place in the Big North Conference as they defeated Alpena 5-3.
And welcome back inside the studios, brought to you by the Alta Equipment Company. So, Sean, Saginaw Heritage took down Flint Powers 5-2. Brady Rappoon, who was just added to our Player of the Year race, had a goal and 2 assists.
Well, you know what? I don't think Heritage has anything to prove to anybody. I think what they've done not only this year, but what they've done the last few years kind of speaks for itself. Brady Rappoon keeps going out and showing everybody why it was wise to put him on the list. That's a good Powers team. That's a team that's capable of making some noise once the playoffs start, but big win by Heritage.
And we go to the west side of the state. Muskegon Mona Shores, a team that we talked about earlier in the season as a team to look out for. They scored 3 unanswered goals to beat Grand Haven 3-1.
Well, they're doing it at the exact same time that we told everybody that we heard they would. I mean, you could go back to the first show we did this year, and I talked to some people on the west side, some coaches that said, hey, keep an eye on this Mona Shore Sailors Club, especially towards the end of the season when they start to put it together. They're putting it together at the right time.
And we go to Northern Michigan. Traverse City West scored 3 goals in the third period to beat Alpena 5-3.
Well, 2 good stories here. Number one, the Titans have really stepped up this year. A lot of really good hockey being played in Traverse City. Obviously, TCC, one of the best teams out there. The Bay Reps, they continue to flex the muscle. TCW having a good year. Alpena has really been playing well as of late. So that's a good win for TC West. But I had a chance to talk to our buddy, one of the assistant coaches with Alpena, Cam Givens. And this is a team that has just grinded away this year. They're playing with 16 skaters, and they've been winning some games. So props in Alpena to the job you guys are doing up there.
All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at Calumet High School, Dan Giacchino. Dan, welcome back to Hockey Time.
Hey, thank you for having us.
All right, so first off, you guys were here at the MIHL Prep Hockey Showcase. Just how special it was to be here again?
It's a great event. I mean, we've been coming here for about a dozen, maybe 13 years. We've never had a bad hockey game here. They do a fantastic job of matching you up with good teams that are at your level. Thinking back, we've probably split the weekend down here just about every year over the last 10 years or so. That's been pretty neat, and just to having this many people in the building and the buzz that's created in this building and having so many good teams in one place is a pretty cool experience.
And just talk to our audience about how special hockey is in the Upper Peninsula.
Just about every of the bigger communities, it's very deep rooted. Our teams in the Copper Country, they're community teams. I mean, they're truly, we get in the neighborhood of 1,000 to 1,200 people at our games, and it's high school kids, it's grandma and grandpas, it's people that haven't had a kid playing hockey in 30 years, and it's a community thing for all of our teams, and there's a lot of pride with it. Whether it be Houghton, Hancock, Calumet, Marquette, Escanaba, it's just there's that pride involved with it, and there's been a lot of success as well. So the communities are very happy and very proud of that.
It's going to be the start of the playoffs, and also too, it's the new playoff format this year where you get 3 weeks. So how prepared your boys are for this stretch run that's going to happen here?
This kicks off our 3-week preparation for the playoffs, and that's huge. You hope that playing these high caliber games in the last couple weeks of the season prepares you for the stretch.
So lastly, just how special is it for you to be a part of this program throughout your whole life?
Yeah, it's very special. I mean, I grew up in Calumet, played through the Calumet Hockey Association, played high school hockey at Calumet, and to be able to be around now, this is my 10th year overall with the program. It's a special experience every day. We got a fantastic building. We got great community support. I have a group of kids that work their tails off every single day, and to come in and be around this group of kids on a daily basis, it's fun. It's ultimately at the end of the day, it's fun and challenging. I certainly enjoy it.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you very much. Good luck to the rest of you guys this season. I know that me and Sean never forget you guys up in the UP.
All righty. Thank you. And we definitely appreciate everything that you guys do.
All right. So that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, and today on Game Changers, we're going to be talking about how to get fast by training your feet. So to become a faster athlete, train your feet. You're already training your legs and your core muscles. It only makes sense to train your feet because that's what's on the ground when you're running and jumping. We wear shoes all day, and that makes our feet weak and unbalanced. So doing these 4 exercises can help strengthen your feet and make you faster. Now, to begin with, these will be frustrating and difficult to do if you haven't done it before, but stick with it and do them every day. Start out by trying to lift your large toe or your big toe up, keeping your other 4 toes down. Do this exercise for a minute. Then try to keep your big toe down and lift up your other 4 toes all together. Do that for a minute. Next, try to spread your toes as wide as you can make them, and then bring them all the way back together. And do that for 1 to 2 minutes. Do these exercises every day, and you will become a faster athlete.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Hey State Champs Nation, Jenna Skalski here, and I'm here to tell you to check out the State Champs Michigan Winter Roundup premiering every Friday at 5 p.m. all winter long. The Roundup is where you can find highlights in girls basketball, boys swimming, competitive cheer, wrestling, bowling, and gymnastics. Presented by Lawrence Tech, check out the State Champs Michigan Winter Roundup premiering Fridays at 5 p.m. on the State Champs Sports Network and the State Champs app.
Hey guys, Lauren Plant here, and if you are a high school student and into STEM, I want you to consider Lawrence Technological University. One example, the $17 million Topman complex is home to the Marburger STEM Center. This nearly 40,000 square foot 3-story structure links the existing science and engineering buildings. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics has been part of Lawrence Technological University's DNA since the university was founded in 1932. The university's Marburger STEM Center supports LTU's offering of STEM leading education on campus and beyond. Get more info on the incredible Topman complex and how this addition on campus is leading the way in technology-based education. Visit LTU's academics website at ltu.edu/academics.
Hi, I'm Karen Newman. Welcome back to State Champs Hockey Time. Let's check out more of this week's high school hockey highlights.
So it's crunch time, getting close to playoff hockey. We need to be focused like we have been, and that's what it's all about, okay? High school hockey at its finest right here. So be ready to go, have fun, do all the things we've been talking about the last 10 games or even the whole season, and as simple as that. Do your job.
I'm Sean Belesian, and we go to a KLAA-OAA conference crossover matchup as Novi heads on the road to take on Farmington United. Going into the game, Novi looking for its 5th straight win, and we pick things up in the first. The Wildcats on the man advantage. It's the senior Michael Small in front, slides it in for the goal. Novi up 1-0. Farmington United, looking to win its 12th on the year, would respond just a few minutes later. Nice outlet pass to the senior Alex Knight for the breakaway. He backhands it in for his 9th on the season. We're knotted up at 1. We go now. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. The Wildcats would gain the lead right back. Traffic in front of the net. And it would be the junior Dionisio McFalda putting it into the back of the net. Novi up 2-1 after the opening period of play. More from Novi now in the second. Junior Austin Balcone shot from the point, gets through. His 7th on the year. Wildcats now up a pair. Farmington United looking to cut into the deficit on the man advantage, but Novi netminder Austin Muirhead is there for the denial on the shot from Nick Perrin. Muirhead had 16 stops on the game, and it would be all Novi in this one. Jake Amalfitano gets the feed in front. He buries it for his 4th on the year. Novi goes on to win its 5th straight game, beating Farmington United 4-1 your final. Next, we had 2 teams in our top 25 rankings squaring off on a Saturday afternoon. Grosse Pointe South at home to take on Midland Dow. Grosse Pointe South, ranked 7 in our latest rankings, would get on the board just 90 seconds into this one. It would be the senior Alex Stapleton getting the puck and putting it into the back of the net to give the Blue Devils a 1-0 lead. More from South just 5 minutes later as David Rivard gets it over to Alex Mills, and the senior scores his 8th on the season. They take a 2-0 lead into the first intermission, and they would keep that momentum going into the second. Check out the moves here by the junior Aaron Vilatel, and then he backhands it in. GP South rolling 3-0. Midland Dow, ranked number 22 in our top 25, would answer 6 minutes later. Caden Critt's shot is stopped, but the puck hits off Ryan Pomeranke's skate, and it goes in to cut the deficit to 3-1. More from the Chargers just a few minutes later as the sophomore Billy Van Summeren sneaks it in for his 22nd on the season. Midland Dow now only down by a goal, but the Blue Devils would respond just before the end of the second. On the power play, it's Vilatel getting the long pass for the breakaway. He puts her home. The junior finishes with a hat trick on the afternoon. Grosse Pointe South up 4-2 as we head into the third. It would be all Blue Devils the rest of the way. The senior Adam Strelke getting the pass. He puts it home for his 18th on the season. GPS now ahead 5-2. Then 4 minutes later on the power play, it would be John McShane getting his name on the score sheet, his 4th goal on the campaign. GPS goes on to beat Midland Dow 7-2 your final. Hey, it's time for our Alta Equipment Company main event. What a dandy for you. Number 1, Livonia Stevenson, traveling to the USA Hockey Arena to take on number 2, Detroit Catholic Central.
Do your job, all right? End of the day, just do your job. Enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the excitement. Like, I don't know about you, but if you're not excited to play today, I don't know what to tell you, right? Like, this is an awesome atmosphere. Like, we should just be chomping at the bit to go.
USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth was the site for the showdown between Detroit Catholic Central and Livonia Stevenson in our Alta Equipment Company main event, and the atmosphere was electric for this one. Now, since losing the season opener, Livonia Stevenson headed into this contest unbeaten in their last 22, and they were looking to get on the board first. Dominic Glenn's shot denied by CC netminder Adam Bluss. Catholic Central, winners of 8 straight, and they would light the lamp with over 6 minutes to go in the first. Blake Solomon gets it over to Dylan Dooley, and the senior would score his team-leading 16th on the season. The Spartans would go on a 5-minute power play near the end of the period and were trying to even the game up. Brendan Hurd in front trying to knock home the rebound, but the senior Bluss is there to swallow the puck up. He had 19 stops on the night. CC up by 1 after 1. Early in the second now, the Shamrocks looking to increase on its lead. Gordy Husted feeds it to Tommy Shea. His shot hits the post, but the puck deflects off Brendan Strobel's back pad into the net. Catholic Central now up by a pair. More from the Shamrocks just a few minutes later. The senior Kyle Gaffney goes in, snaps her home for his 8th goal on the campaign. Detroit Catholic Central heads into the final period leading by 3. It would be all CC in this one. The senior Solomon gets the puck from the faceoff. He puts it in for his 8th goal on the season. And in the battle of our top 2 teams in the state, Detroit Catholic Central goes on to shut out Livonia Stevenson 4-0 your final. The main event is presented by the Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time.
And welcome back inside the studios, and you just saw our main event brought to you by the Alta Equipment Company. So Detroit Catholic Central shuts out Livonia Stevenson 4-0. CC is on a roll.
Well, how many times did we say in the last month, relax, Catholic Central's going to be just fine? And I think we can say the same thing about Livonia Stevenson right now. I mean, that's their first loss in state. Catholic Central, it was a smothering effort. It was a great atmosphere. It really was. You had so many fans coming and representing the Blue Crew, and Catholic Central, of course, in their backyard is going to represent, but it was all Shamrocks. Shamrocks get the job done in a convincing 4-0 win.
All right, a team that is peaking at the right time as well is Novi. They have now won 9 out of 10, and it included a 4-1 win over Farmington United.
Well, they're really going. I mean, we put them in the ranking for a reason, and I think it starts with their fine sophomore goaltender, Austin Muirhead. He's been playing really well, and as Coach Vellucci has said, I think the rest of the team has responded. They're playing with the confidence in front of him. Wildcats doing some work out in KLAA country.
In a Division III battle on Saturday, we had Grosse Pointe South taking on Midland Dow. The Blue Devils won 7-2. I know we're going to have our playoff preview next week, but I'm already looking forward to a potential Grosse Pointe South UD Jesuit regional final if it all works out.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, right now Jesuit is probably one of the hottest teams. I'm saying one of the hottest teams for a reason. More on that in just a second. But you take a look at what they've been able to do. You know, Trenton, Brother Rice, and they clinched the MIHL South with that win over Grosse Pointe South. Props to UDJ. They are really getting it done at the right time. But to me right now, John, I think you might say the hottest team in Division III is the back-to-back champions. Detroit Country Day is just going out there and dominating. There's nothing like it right now in Division III. They are just really reminding everybody, hey, we're back-to-back champions. You have to work really hard to take our throne.
And how about Country Day with a win over Riverview Gabriel Richard on Saturday?
That's a good Gabriel Richard team. I mean, we've talked them up for a reason. They've been in our rankings for a reason. But again, it goes to really put into focus how well Detroit Country Day is playing right now. John, I'll say it. I think they're the hottest team in Division III. I think they're the team to beat.
What's up, hockey fans? If you're also looking to get the latest highlights and news in boys basketball, you need to check out State Champs Hangtime Michigan. We comb the state for some of the best matchups featuring some of the top teams and players. State Champs Hangtime Michigan is for hoops junkies, and it premieres right here on the State Champs Sports Network and the State Champs app, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right, it's time now for our National Coney Island High School Hockey Player of the Year update. So, Sean, extra onions.
I had extra onions just yesterday. I mean, no joke, I really did. I had extra onions just yesterday. I might have it today. I might. We'll wait and see.
All right, your top 10 is on your screen right now. Next week, we're going to freeze our top 10. So, Sean, is there going to be a chance for a couple players to maybe make the list?
Yeah, I think there is. You know, there are a couple guys, one in particular, that could really make a case this week. I don't like to say names because in case we don't do it, then what does that mean? But I think there's a guy, and I think you know who it is, that has an opportunity to make a final case. Here's the problem, and we've been talking about it not only with the guys on the committee, but just talking with some of you fans out there. This is as strong a 10 as we've seen in a long time. It really is. And, you know, the good news is there are guys from all over the state as well. So it's going to be tough to crack this list.
And also, too, there is no clear-cut favorite right now.
No, listen, I mean, just one man's opinion. I'm not going to, I think there's a best player in the state, but it's just my opinion. I don't make this decision. A group of people, though, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right, remember, you can cast your vote at statechampsnetwork.com. The leading vote getter will never get removed off the list. As of Wednesday, Joey Cremier from Trenton is still leading the vote.
Well, one of the best goaltenders in the state. We've been saying it all year, and a big reason why Trenton is very dangerous in Division II.
And that was your High School Hockey Player of the Year update, brought to you by our friends at National Coney Island.
State Champs wants to congratulate the student athletes the Michigan High School Athletic Association selected to receive scholarships through the MHSAA Farm Bureau Insurance Scholar Athlete Award Program. 32 $1,000 college scholarships are being awarded to individuals who carry at least a 3.5 GPA and have earned a varsity letter in at least one sport. Other requirements for the applicants were to show active participation in other school and community activities and produce an essay on the importance of sportsmanship in educational athletics. Each of the scholarship recipients will be honored at a halftime ceremony at the Breslin Student Event Center in East Lansing during the boys basketball state finals. Congratulations, one and all.
All right, let's take a look at this week in high school hockey. So, Sean, the Saginaw Valley League title is up for grabs tonight. Saginaw Heritage taking on Midland Dow.
Well, it's going to be a big test for Dow. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Saginaw Heritage, like we talked about earlier in the show, they have proven they can play with anybody. But it would be a good statement for Midland Dow.
And also tonight we have Brighton going on the road to Brother Rice.
What a beauty. I mean, you know, you've got arguably the best line in the state at when you're talking about Brother Rice, and you've got one of the best players in the state in Brighton and Gent. And this is Brighton's time of year. I mean, we talk about it time and time again.
Well-respected program.
Yeah, and they prove it time and time again. So that'll be a big test for both those squads.
On Thursday night, we have a KLAA Lakes Valley crossover between Novi and South Line Unified.
Yeah, I'm going to be going out to that game. They're playing out at Kensington Valley, and, you know, I liked what I saw out of South Line. I've seen them a couple times now, and Novi being hot, you know, that'll be interesting, and, you know, maybe a little playoff primer there as well.
Absolutely, and we go to Thursday night, a big one in the UP between Houghton and Marquette.
Well, Marquette, listen, we had them in our top 10, but with that being said, I'm not sure how many people realize how hot this team is. I mean, they are on fire right now. They got a 4-0 win over Calumet last week. They're getting outstanding goaltending right now. Great test against Coach Markham and the Gremlins.
And we go to the MIHL on Friday night as Trenton takes on Cranbrook.
Well, you know, Trenton, I'm going to say it again. I think they're going to be fine. They've had a little ups and downs, but when you have a goaltender the caliber of the goaltender that they have, you're going to be fine. Cranbrook's starting to pick it up a little bit as well. That's a good MIHL primer before playoff time.
We go to the west side of the state as Forest Hills Northern Eastern takes on Grand Rapids Catholic Central on Friday night.
Well, this is another team when you're talking about NE that finds a way to get it right this time of year. This has been their time in the past. They have made runs where a lot of people didn't expect them to make a run in Division II in the past. So the time is now, in GRCC, that's a good team, historically a good team. They have one of the best players in the state in Onstadt, so good test there for both teams.
And on Friday night in the OAA Conference, another team that is on the rise is Rochester United. They take on Clarkston.
Yeah, both teams have had some good wins. RU really has been on the rise. Clarkston coming off a big W as well. That's one to watch. Here's the thing about, you know, you talk about teams like that. Don't overlook them come playoff time. That's the type of team that can really become a bracket buster.
It's time now for the MHSAA Hockey Clip of the Week, and it goes to Aaron Violetel from Grosse Pointe South High School. Here, getting around the defender and backhands it home. He would go on to get a hat trick in the win over Midland Dow, and that's your MHSAA Hockey Clip of the Week.
Hey, that'll do it for another edition of Hockey Time, but in a week, yeah, it's playoff time. Our favorite time of the year. Of course, we will make fools of ourselves with our predictions and break down the brackets and everything, but best time of the year, Johnny. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And remember, you can follow State Champs on all of our social media channels. And remember, you can download the new State Champs app, and it's available on Android and iPhone. And that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. Playoffs start next week, so
we'll see you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.